My name is Daniel. 3 years ago, I met a girl named Lisa. She was confident, funny, and full of energy. At least, that's what I believed. For 3 years we built a life together. Shared rent, shared friends, shared dreams. Or at least I thought we did. Everything changed one quiet Tuesday night. Lisa was standing in the kitchen making a smoothie. I leaned against the doorframe and asked a simple question. Who's Ryan? Her shoulders stiffened. For a second I thought she would deny it. Instead, she smiled. Not a warm smile. A cold one. You finally figured it out, she said casually. My chest tightened. What are you talking about? She took a sip from her glass and shrugged. Ryan is my boss. And yes, I've been sleeping with him. Just like that. 3 years together. And that was her confession. No apology. No guilt. Nothing. Then she added something that hurt even more. I needed a real man, she said. Someone who actually has ambition. The words echoed in my head. But instead of yelling, I smiled. I grabbed my keys, picked up my bag, and walked out the door. Sometimes the strongest response is silence. That I stayed in a small motel outside the city. Not fancy, but quiet. For 2 days I kept my phone turned off. When I finally turned it on, it exploded. Missed calls. Dozens of messages. Most of them from Lisa. But something else caught my attention. Social media. Lisa had posted a long story online. According to her, I was controlling, jealous, and abusive. Hundreds of people were commenting. People I knew. People I trusted. Even some of my friends were defending her. Reading those posts felt strange. Not painful. Just revealing. Because lies always grow bigger. And the bigger they grow, the harder they fall. One afternoon, I ran into Sophie, Lisa's old co-worker. She looked nervous. Daniel, we need to talk. We sat at a quiet cafe. Then she told me something shocking. Lisa and her boss have done this before. I frowned. What do you mean? There was another guy before you. Apparently the same story had happened before. Lisa would start a relationship, then accuse the guy of being toxic, destroy his reputation, and move on. Her boss always helped cover everything. But why are you telling me this? I asked. Sophie sighed. Because it's happening again. Then she said something I didn't expect. His wife knows everything. The next day, I met Mr. Ryan's wife. A calm, intelligent woman named Caroline. She didn't look angry. She looked prepared. For months, she had been collecting evidence. Messages, emails, photos, financial records. This isn't the first time, she said quietly. There are at least 3 victims. Her plan was simple. Expose everything. Publicly. At the company's annual party. All she needed was someone who knew the truth. Someone who wouldn't run away. I nodded. I'm in. The company party was packed. Employees everywhere. Music, drinks, laughter. Lisa saw me and nearly dropped her glass. What are you doing here? She snapped. I didn't answer. Because I didn't have to. Caroline walked onto the stage. The projector behind her lit up. Messages, photos, proof, everything. The room went silent. Lisa's confident smile disappeared. Her boss turned pale. Within minutes, the truth was everywhere. By the end of the night, Lisa was fired. Her boss resigned. And their entire scheme collapsed. 6 months later, my life looked completely different. New apartment, new job promotion, new friends, and most importantly, peace. Lisa tried to contact me once. I never replied. Because I finally understood something important. The best revenge isn't anger. It isn't revenge. It's moving forward while the people who hurt you destroy themselves. And sometimes, karma just needs a little patience. Daniel sat frozen on the couch, staring at the laptop screen. His heart pounded like a drum. The hidden camera footage kept playing. His wife, Emma, was in the living room, but she wasn't alone. A man Daniel had never seen before walked into the frame. Emma hugged him, not like a friend, like a lover. Daniel's stomach twisted. Everything will be ours soon, Emma whispered to the man. The man smirked. Your husband is too naive. Once the house is in your name, we'll disappear. Daniel felt his entire world collapse in a single moment. The woman he loved, the woman he trusted, was planning to destroy him. But something felt strange. The camera footage suddenly changed angles. Another room appeared on the screen. Daniel frowned. How many cameras are in this house? He whispered. He opened another folder. Inside were dozens of recordings. Years of footage. Some videos were dated 5 years ago. But Daniel had only bought the house 2 months ago, which meant the previous owner installed them. Daniel felt a chill crawl up his spine. He clicked on the oldest video. A man appeared on the screen. He looked tired, broken. But what shocked Daniel the most was the man's face. He looked almost identical to Daniel. Same eyes, same jawline, same voice. The man looked directly into the camera. If someone is watching this, you probably bought this house after me. Daniel leaned closer to the screen. The man continued, my name is Victor Hale, and if you're seeing this, it means they found me. Daniel's breathing stopped. Victor pointed toward the ceiling camera. I installed cameras everywhere because I knew they were watching me. Who? Daniel whispered. Victor continued speaking. A group of people who scam homeowners. They seduce them, marry them, then steal everything. Daniel's heart raced. Emma. Victor sighed. If you're married to a woman named Emma, you're already in danger. Daniel's blood turned cold. Victor continued. She did the same thing to me. Daniel slammed the laptop shut. His hands were shaking violently. Emma wasn't just cheating. She was a professional scammer. But then Daniel realized something even worse. Victor's last words echoed in his mind. They found me. Daniel slowly reopened the laptop. There was one final video. It was titled, If I Disappear. Daniel clicked it. The footage showed Victor packing a bag. He looked terrified. They're coming tonight, he whispered to the camera. You have to expose them. Suddenly, the front door in the video burst open. Emma walked inside, but she looked younger. 5 years younger. She smiled. Victor froze. Emma. Please, Victor said. Behind her stood the same man Daniel saw earlier. Emma walked toward Victor slowly. You should have just signed the house over to me, she said coldly. Victor tried to run, but the man grabbed him. The camera fell sideways. The recording ended. Daniel stared at the screen in horror. Victor didn't disappear. He was murdered, and Emma was responsible. Daniel suddenly heard something behind him. The front door opened. Emma walked in. Daniel quickly closed the laptop. Emma smiled sweetly. Hey, babe. Daniel forced a smile. Hey. She walked closer. Why are you awake so late? Daniel tried to stay calm. Just watching videos. Emma's eyes moved slowly toward the laptop. For a moment, her smile disappeared. Then she looked back at Daniel. You look nervous, she said softly. Daniel's heart pounded. Emma suddenly sat next to him, very close. Too close. You know, Daniel, she whispered. You remind me of someone. Daniel felt ice in his veins. Who? He asked. Emma smiled. My first husband. Daniel felt the world stop. She leaned closer to his ear. But don't worry. Her voice became cold. You won't make the same mistake he did. Daniel realized something. Emma didn't know about the hidden cameras, and she didn't know he had already copied the footage. Daniel slowly stood up. Emma frowned. Where are you going? Daniel looked straight into her eyes. To the police. For the first time, Emma looked scared. 3 months later, Emma and her partner were arrested for multiple frauds and a murder investigation. Victor Hale's case was reopened, and Daniel sold the house. But before leaving, he removed every hidden camera, except one, because Daniel had learned something important. Sometimes, the truth hides where no one is looking.